Hi everyone, I'm Ellen with the communications team at Mount Washington Observatory, and I am here at the maintenance garage with our transportation coordinator, John Powers. How's it going, John?
Bad.
John, can we see the shirt, Snowcat shirt that is released this week?
Of course.
We've got on the back an awesome design. Here's the Snowcat. This was made by Bonfire. We are here with the Snowcat today, and even though it's about 80 degrees, sunny, mid-September at the base, why do we need to get it ready this time of year?
It's not far around the corner that we'll have to start worrying about getting it moved up and have it staged on the somewhere on the mountain before winter gets here. Last week we already started to have some icing events and rime ice, so the Snowcat probably still a month and a half, couple months from really needing it, but we do have to get the truck and van ready, get the van ready, get chains, all that stuff set up. So trying to get this finished up, get it out so I can finish everything else and be ready for the winter. So this year was kind of a basic service, a little bit of track work. Last year I had the tracks off already. We did all the bearing maintenance last year on that stuff, checked the belts over. So this year is kind of just a once over, replace a few things that might have broken over the last season, and general filters and fluid change and a few other nitpicky things here and there that come up over the course of the season. So.
Okay, awesome. And do you use this in conjunction with the van? How does that work? If there's just a little bit of snow, would you need the Snowcat?
It depends on how much we have. If the snow's really thin, we try to use the truck and the van the best we can, just not to disturb the auto road and try to keep the pavement in good shape. When it gets to a safety point, when we do have to use the vehicle, we'll use the truck and the van, drive up to wherever the cat's parked, switch over into the cat, and then go from there to the summit and vice versa.
Okay. And how fast can this go?
It's 8 miles an hour, 9 miles an hour, maybe a little bit faster depending, but not super fast, that's for sure.
I know a lot of people are curious, how long does it take on a typical winter day to take this from the base to the summit?
On a good day, without really any blade work, usually an hour and a half, hour 45. If we stop to take pictures and stuff like that, it extends a little. If we get plowing, there's 6-7 hour trips sometimes. So.
Wow, okay. And John is usually driving the Snowcat, and he does an incredible job plowing and taking all of us up to the summit on winter trips. I have to ask, are we able to do a tour of the inside of the Snowcat?
Of course.
Can you show us some things?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, while John is getting the Snowcat ready for our behind-the-scenes tour, I am here with Education Program Coordinator Jackie Bellefontaine. Hi,
hey,
Jackie.
Ellen. How's it going?
Tell us about the Snowcat shirt, what it's going to be supporting this year.
Yes, of course. So we recently launched this campaign, the Snowcat T-shirt fundraiser, to help raise money for schools looking to take a trip up to Mount Washington. So during the fall and the springtime, we take K-12 students up to the summit of Mount Washington using our transportation partners at the Mount Washington Cog Railway and Auto Road. So talking with John a little bit, it is quite the endeavor no matter what the season is to get up to Mount Washington. So therefore it can be a little costly, and we do not want that to be a barrier to this experience for students. So we're raising money by the purchase of this t-shirt to help get those kids up to Mount Washington and have them reach new heights.
How long do I have to buy the shirt, and what kind of styles and stuff do you have for the shirt?
Yes, so the t-shirt, it is a limited campaign and it's available on Bonfire. Our link is on our social media. We have about a week left now, and we have a few different items going on. So we have the long sleeve t-shirts, we have John wearing the hoodie today, we have all sorts of pullovers and t-shirts as well, and also in youth sizes.
We are getting into the front of the Snowcat. I have to step onto these. And John, what are we looking at here?
So this is our Bombardier snow tractor. Observatory's had this for quite a few years now. It's our main transportation up and down the mountain during the winter when snow's deep enough. Sometimes a good portion of the winter we actually just go right from the garage and go up to the summit. Otherwise we have to use the truck and van to get to where we're going, but pretty basic. Not a whole lot to it, and it's kind of like a big zero steer lawnmower. My sticks for steering are over here.
Okay.
So there's a left side track and a right side track. If I go forward, it goes forward, back and back. We can do you can do a circle, you can do a 360 with it. And then this is my joystick control. So this is a 12-way blade. I have 4 functions, hit a button, another 4 functions, hit a button, another 4 functions. So yeah, a bunch of other buttons here and there for lights and horns and wipers, but generally these are the 2 main components of driving the Cat, are the blade and the tracks for steering.
Okay,
So,
and then it looks like you have some kind of communication device here.
yep, this is a Motorola dual band radio. All the different entities on the mountain, some are on VHF, some are in UHF, so this radio does both, so we can talk to our observers at the summit, let them know that we're coming up, let them know what conditions we're getting into. Sometimes we might call and ask for a weather update if we decide that it's going to be safer to turn around and go back down. We can also talk to state parks, and we have a whole bunch of different channels in there. So pretty good piece of equipment. And then we have an intercom system to the back to talk to whoever's in the cabin.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
Now, you say it's pretty simple, but I do see that there are quite a few buttons up here. So I guess you've been doing this for a while. How long have you been?
I started driving the end of 2017. So the 17-18 winter is when I started operating, and I've been here ever since.
Wow.
Yep.
Now, the windshield is pretty large, so just imagine sitting in this passenger seat while John is plowing the snow on the auto road. It's a pretty cool scene.
Yeah, it's best seat in the house, really.
Agreed. Agreed. All right, thanks, John. Let's check
problem.
out some of the traction here.
Yeah, so these are the main, obviously, form of traction for the Snowcat. Without the tracks on, it doesn't actually look like a whole lot. Kind of goofy looking without them. These are 66-inch wide by a little over 12 feet long. Provides all of our traction going up. These are all carbide spikes that, especially on this Cat, we fill up almost every spot. So when we get into really some thick ice, it's pretty well rooted to the road. So we replace these every year. We'll go through and see which ones are worn down, pop new ones in, and yeah, supported by 6 bogey wheels on the bottom and a sprocket that drives it. So on the back, there's 2 giant drive sprockets. These are connected to hydraulic pumps, and these are what drive each track forward and back. And that's the main part of each track system right there. So there's a hydraulic pump on the Cat, and it runs those 2 pumps for the sprockets. 1 pump runs the blade. If we had a tiller like a ski area, we'd have another pump. But so that's part of the just keeping up with the hydraulics and make sure that we do all the regular maintenance on it on that regard. So.
And what do we have here on the side?
The side blocks on either side. The driver's side has pretty much everything that the operator needs as far as if we get into a situation where we need tools, if we need, sometimes you need to put more, oil in it or something like that, depending on the situation. If something happens on the mountain, we don't have the luxury of getting back to a garage very quickly, so we carry everything we need with us in the back, just in case. On this side, this is pretty much storage for on shift change days. This tends to be where we put a lot of the trash coming down off the summit, recyclables. When we're doing an edger trip, this could be people's gear, their bag, skis, snowshoes, whatever somebody might be bringing up with them.
We are checking out the cab now.
The main part of the cabin where people ride in. This is a 10-person cab. There's some shelves on the rear passenger side that we put. Again, shift changes. We have tubs that bring all of our groceries up for the week, and then the observers have all their backpacks and whatever else they might be bringing up.
Okay. Mind if we go in?
Oh, of course.
Cool. I'm going to step up onto here. Oh, it looks like we have some passengers.
This is made by Metal Form up in Alberta, Canada. This is their deluxe Snowcat cabin. So yeah, it has a few more creature comforts than most.
Got some storage space over here.
Yeah.
So this fits about 12 people?
Right now it's configured for 11 if we have to. 10 coach seats, and then the seat that you're in right now is a jump seat.
Okay.
For many years we had 2 seats back here, but we opted for storage, so hence why there's a rack now.
Now we can see
out these windows, up at the ceiling, and what are these controls here, John?
That's all for heating in the back, and
Wow.
then we have a AM/FM radio for people to listen to, and then just like the front, there's a phone in the back. So if anybody ever needs anything from the back, they can call us up front. The phone will ring, and we can talk to them. So
Awesome. Thanks, John, for the tour. Do we have any questions from our passengers here?
What is your favorite part about driving the Snowcat?
That's a good one.
probably my favorite is I like the bad weather days. Bluebird days are fun, but I like the bad weather days. Makes you think a little bit more, kind of a more critical mind game, going up and down to know when to keep going up, know when to turn around and come back down. So that's my favorite part. I like when I know there's gonna be a good storm and a lot of snow to push.
Awesome. Thanks, John. Thanks for everything you do.
Bro.
So the important thing to keep in mind is that the Snowcat is actually the only way to get up the auto road in the winter. You cannot drive up through the months of, what is it, November to April, John? Or
Yeah, the auto road will shut down. They'll close down for the year, and yeah, if you want to come up during the winter, you can contact the auto road and take one of their snow coaches. Contact us, take one of our edge trips.
so those are the
Other
only.
options, but
Okay,
you cannot take your private vehicle and attempt to make up the road because you won't go far.
got it. So Jackie, what are some of the opportunities with the observatory where people could be in the Snowcat taking it up in the winter?
Yes, so we have two different opportunities. The first one, since we're focusing on education here today, we do have our teacher professional development program called Arctic Wednesdays. So that happens on select Wednesdays during the winter time, where a pair of teachers will join John and our crew on a shift change up the mountain. So it's a day trip. Get to ride up in this lovely beast for the day and get to experience it for yourself. And then we also do winter overnights called Edu Trips. These are open to the general public, and it's an overnight experience on the summit of Mount Washington. We do have instructors that will join us to provide an educational piece to it, such as mountaineering or broadcast meteorology. So those are some of the ways that you can ride up in this cat and experience Mount Washington in the wintertime.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. And visit www.mountwashington.org/education to learn about those programs.
Thank you, everybody.